Hey, enthusiastic learners, welcome to the Lingo Flamingo.
Today, we are wading into one of the biggest, most confusing battles in the English language: past simple versus present perfect. You know, that whole I went versus I have been thing. It feels like a tiny detail, but trust me, choosing the wrong one can literally create two completely different realities. But don't worry, by the end of this, you'll have a super simple tool to get it right every single time. So let's kick things off with a simple question. Have you ever been to Japan?
Okay, let's think about this for a second. Imagine you said, yes, I went to Japan, and then someone asked if you wanted to go again, and you replied, actually, I am there right now. That would sound kind of crazy, right? It just makes no sense. But believe it or not, that's the kind of confusion that can happen when we mix these tenses up. They look similar, but they paint entirely different pictures of reality.
Now here is the secret, the big reveal. The key to all of this isn't about when something happened. It's got nothing to do with calendars or clocks, really. The real difference is about your perspective. It's all about how you choose to see that moment in time. Are you looking back at it from a distance, or are you connecting it to where you are standing right now?
And to really get this, I want you to picture this metaphor. Think of the past simple as a photograph. It's a finished moment. It's captured. It has a frame around it, and it's hanging on the wall of your past. The present perfect, on the other hand, is like a window. You are in the present, looking through the window into the past, at an event that still has a connection to you right here, right now.
So let's zoom in on that photograph. When you use the past simple, you're basically telling a story that is completely done. The time period is sealed shut. That's why we always use it with words like yesterday, last week, or in 2010. If I tell you, I ate breakfast this morning and it's now late afternoon, that breakfast is a finished story. It's a photograph of a meal that's long gone.
Okay, now let's go over and look through the window. The present perfect is your bridge. It connects the past directly to your present moment. We use it for things that happen in a time period that isn't finished yet, like today or this week, or for past actions that have a direct result on what's happening right now. You're not just stating a cold, hard fact from the past. You're explaining why it matters now.
So when is it absolutely necessary to use this window view? Well, there are really three main situations. First, when you're talking about your life experiences without giving a specific time. Second, when you describe something that happened in the past but has a clear result now. And third, when you're talking about something that happened in a time period that isn't over yet.
Let's start with life experiences. When you say, I have been to Japan, the important thing isn't when you went. The whole point is that this experience is now part of you. It's a part of your life story. It's in the book of you. But the second you add a specific date, like in 2018, that time becomes finished. It becomes a photograph, and you have to switch. I went to Japan in 2018.
All right, next up, that past action with a present result. So if you say, I have lost my keys, you're not just reporting on some unfortunate event from your past. You are explaining a very, very current problem.
And that's the whole point. The result right now is that you're locked out. I have lost my keys means I cannot get into my house at this moment. Now, if you said, I lost my keys last week, that's just a story from the past. You probably found them already. The present perfect, that window, connects the action directly to the problem you have right now.
And finally, we have unfinished time. Just look at this coffee example. I drank 3 cups of coffee yesterday. Yesterday is over. It's a finished time period, a photograph. But if you say, I have drunk 3 cups of coffee today, well, the window is still open. Today isn't finished, which means you might just go and have a 4th cup.
Okay, let's talk about a really common trap that trips a lot of people up, the words for and since. You can actually use them with both tenses. But get this, the meaning completely changes depending on whether you're looking at a photograph or looking through a window.
Check this out. If you say, I lived in London for 5 years, that's a photograph. That chapter of your life is over and done with. You don't live there anymore. But if you say, I have lived in London for 5 years, that's a window. It means you started living there 5 years ago, and you are still there right now. It's amazing, right? The tense totally changes your current address.
In this photograph versus window logic makes it so easy to spot and fix common mistakes. You just can't say, I have seen that movie yesterday, because yesterday is a finished, framed time period. It needs the photograph tense. I saw that movie yesterday. And on the flip side, a word like yet always points to an unfinished situation right now, so it needs the window. I have not eaten yet.
Okay, so that's all the theory, but how do you actually use this in a real conversation? When you don't have time to think and you have to decide in like half a second. Well, I've got you covered. Here is your takeaway tool. When you're talking, just ask yourself this one super fast question. Is the time period I'm talking about finished? If the answer is yes, if you're thinking of yesterday, last year, 1999, you use the past simple, the photograph. If the answer is no, you're thinking about today, this month, or your whole life up until now, you use the present perfect, the window. That's it. That's the trick.
And here's one final way to make it stick forever. Think of your life as a book. The past simple is for all the chapters that are completely written and finished. You've turned the page on them. The present perfect is the special tool you use to connect something from one of those old chapters to the exact page you are reading right now.
So I'm going to leave you with a final puzzle. Which one is correct? Did you eat or have you eaten? And the answer is, it depends entirely on your perspective. Are you asking about a specific finished meal in the past, a photograph? Or are you asking because you want to know if they're hungry right now, looking through the window? You have the tool to figure it out. Now go put it to the test. Try sharing your own sentence using for or since in the comments below. Let's see what you've got.